Hi everyone, welcome to Financial Healing with Joanne. I'm Joanne, and today I want to talk to you about conscious banking. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Financial Healing. We are financial counseling and coaching with heart, understanding, and straight up action. So if you've had some money questions or issues and you don't know where to start, maybe you are trying to keep track with your retirement, maybe you want to learn how to invest and build out a portfolio that works for you, maybe you want to revamp your budget and spend your money and save a little better, maybe you want to create a debt repayment plan, I would love to help you. That is my bread and butter. Let me know how I can. We can do a quick consultation, which is free. Feel free to DM me on Instagram at Financial Healing or email me at financialhealing.joe@gmail.com. And also, I wanted to record today because and found a really great hairstylist. This is rare where my hair is so styled, so I want to take advantage of that. So I hope you like it. So what is conscious banking? Conscious banking is putting your money where your conscience is. If you care about things like racial justice, LGBTQ issues, gender equality, the climate, sustainability overall, maybe fashion sustainability, there's a lot of causes that major banks especially are guilty of investing in industries that are antithetical to them. Right. So for example, with racial justice, many banks invest in the prison industry. If you really care about racial justice and really putting your dollar where it really counts, take your dollars out of the prison industry. There are banks that actually invest heavily into that. So if your bank does, how do you find that out? Another example is actually an example from my client who was the one who brought this whole topic up for me and inspired me to do this video. She really wants to find out what banks she can bank at that don't invest in the fossil fuel industry because she cares about climate and in war-related industries because she just doesn't want her money invested in stuff like that. So that's another example. How do you divest, right? How do you make sure that your dollars are not going towards things like that? Well, banks invest their money to make a profit, just like we do as individuals. We invest our money to make a profit, right? Banks do the same thing as well. They invest in things that bring back an ROI. And so, of course, if it's profitable, they're probably going to invest in it, especially those major banks. For example, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America. All these three major banks invest heavily in the fossil fuel industry. I've been a Chase Bank customer for a long time and I feel guilty about that. I definitely have started prioritizing putting my dollars, again, where my conscience is. So how do you find a bank that is more transparent about where their money is going? How do you find a bank that is economically, environmentally, and socially conscious? Well, it's possible. There are actual designations that will help steer you towards a financial institution that is all of that. So let me talk about those three designations. If you in particular already bank with an institution like that, I love hearing that. Please share what your institution is down below in the comments. I'd love to dialogue with you and share who you do bank with so that others know what that is. Give your bank a shout out and give them some love. All right, so what are those three designations, at least in the banking front, right? The first one I wanna turn you on to are certified B corporations. That's all. I'm sure you've heard of that. It's actually an umbrella term for a lot of types of businesses, not just banks, but banks are more and more signing on to this certification. Certified B corporations are businesses that meet the highest standard of verified social and environmental performance, public transparency, and legal accountability to enhance and to balance profit and people. By extension, certified B Corporation banks really invest in funds or in industries that promote a triple bottom line: people, profit, and planet. So if you're looking for a bank like this, do a simple Google search. I promise you, you'll find a great list. Certified B Corporation banks. Some examples of that from here in California, where I live, are Aspiration Bank, Amalgamated Bank, and Beneficial State Bank. I think all three of those are based in the Pacific Northwest because, they're very progressive when it comes to that kind of stuff. So take a look at that, do a quick Google search. You'll find a lot of great resources there. The second designation I want to turn you on to is GABV, or the Global Alliance for Banking on Values. Very similar to certified B corporations, these banks they promote all of that, right? Economic, environmental, and social development. It is a global alliance. What I love about the GABV is that it's a global alliance of banks that are consciously trying to change the banking industry to be more transparent, to support economic, social, and environmental sustainability. And it's composed of a diverse range of financial institutions, so not just banks. So look on their website. Again, that's the Global Alliance for Banking on Values. I love that designation. And if you're listening to or watching this from another country, it's certainly applicable to you. The third and final designation I want to talk to you about today are Cdfis, or Community Development Financial Institutions. These are banks or credit unions that are community-based and serve populations that have historically been shut out by the financial industry. So they provide typical financial products, right? So access to capital, access to credit, and wealth building products. Again, to communities that may not have been exposed to it, maybe they're underbanked or unbanked. Cdfis were actually established not long ago, thanks to an act that was passed in 1994 by the Regal Community Development and Regulatory Improvement Act, right? It was aimed specifically at improving access to these financial products, again, for those marginalized communities that were historically underserved or unserved by them. What's great about this is that not only are banks and credit unions involved or can be designated by this, but venture capital funds as well as nonprofit lenders can also be Cdfis. The Cdfi Coalition website, so just do a quick Google search and you'll find it really easily, is a great resource to find those institutions that are designated as a Cdfi. So take a look. Maybe I'm sure you'll find an institution near you if you're looking for a local branch, or maybe something online. And what's great about that website too is that it has a history of how Cdfi came to be. Actually, the methodology dates back to the 1800s with immigrant guilds who provided capital for their own community. In the 1930s, the Black community created their own credit unions to help support their own communities. So this methodology has actually been in existence, but in 1994, the designation became official, and there's like a government agency that funds it. So those are the three designations. If you are looking to transition, just like my client is, to a bank that is more transparent, that is all about sustainability in whatever, in economic, environmental, or social sustainability, definitely take a look at these designations and find a bank that works for you. Maybe one, again, that is local, or maybe one that's online, since it's not very common, but common enough that you can definitely make it possible to direct your dollars towards industries and brands that are more in line with your values. Again, if you already bank at one of these institutions, drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you and give some love to that institution. We need to be voting with our dollars. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two about conscious banking. If you need help transitioning to a new bank, I know that sounds really daunting. It's daunting to me even. I would love to help you. We can make an action plan together and figure out how to get your dollars out of your current bank that might be investing in these industries that don't align with your values, and transition that to a bank that does. If you like this video, please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, sign up for my email newsletter, all of that jazz. I would love to bring you into the community and share my knowledge, share my experiences with you. I will follow up this topic with conscious investing. Investing is huge. We all need to be investing in some form or another, and there are certainly ways that you can do that consciously as well. So come back and learn about that with me. I'm really excited to bring that to you as well. So subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Financial Healing. I'm also on TikTok. Subscribe to my newsletter, all that jazz. I would love to bring you into the financial healing community. I'd love to see you again. Otherwise, have a good one. Bye.